We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
26. Hey, wahoo!
Here's Rodgers to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
The tackle by Eric Armstead. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Looking to throw on second down. Rodgers, and able to find Allen Lazard. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
A 7-yard gain on the play.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
To throw is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 20. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Here we go, here we go.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. Touchdown, 49ers! Marquise Goodwin with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Hey, I'm coming up to 30. 57.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers, he gets this to Devontae Adams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down.
319. Hey, 626.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
319.
Rodgers now on first down. Hauling it in, Nelson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
It's a gain of 7.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Lock. 6.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And he's got some space here. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Crosby connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. These two teams all tied after 1. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On first down, Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jordan Willis. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Rodgers now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. Switch up. Switch up. Mike. 7. Got 1. I got 1.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, Haywood.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Willis picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall. They can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Here we go. 180. Check. 42's the mark. Exit. 65.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dean Lowry able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. Quarterback was hit.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his third year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry, 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Watch safety creep.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And this one is right down Broadway. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is
rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Box it. Wrap.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers. He'll have a first down past the 40. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10.
Hey, 626.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
First down.
Rodgers now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a first and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's got the connection to the tight end, Graham. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham. His third touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout. as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Here we go. Like 20!
Coming to you.
Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo taking a shot for Samuel. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
13. Hey, Foxtrot.
Check 55 to Mike.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kyler Fackrell able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up fourth down. On now is the 27-year-old rookie, Mitch Wisnowski, to punt. Back deep, J.J. Nelson. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 76 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Let's get it together.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Inside.
57 to Mike. 57.
Go.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. 57. Mike, 57.
Here's Rodgers to throw again. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling with touchdown number 8 on the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
21.
They run again with Breida. Oh, able to avoid him. This will go for 5 up to the 33.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. 180.
I know he ain't got it. Check the backer, check the backer.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Man left, man left. 4 down. Check.
12.
On first down, here's Breida. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Mike 42, check.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Here we go. 180.
50, check Mike 50. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
6.
Mike's 50. Hey, watch the slant.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down.
Check 26. Kill.
White.
Kill.
They'll run it with Coleman. And across the track, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Throwing is Rodgers. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing now is Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there of 22.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles. Hey, Zoo! I'm coming for the side. Hey, watch that.
Rodgers going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. Through an opening, and there he goes. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
36.
They'll go again to Jones. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
First down.
Now a first down carry by Jones. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Jones. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56.
Let's go, defense.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense just playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. He violated a big-time no-no in throwing that pick. Rolling right, throwing across his body.
And you know that your dad taught you that in the backyard when you were a tyke.
Yep.
Don't do it. The problem, every now and then you get away with it. This time, not the case.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Three down. 12 to 9.
Again, it's Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
56, Mike, 56. What's the curl?
Here's Rodgers. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
11. He's checking. Crash. Check 99. Check. I got you.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on second down. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Completes it to Coleman. There he goes, right side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, 99 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. That game has gone final in Foxborough, and the Cowboys have wound up winning that one. If they hold on, it would be win number 10 for them on the year. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down